I thought I would come and make brief remarks about the extraordinary career of Major General Bennett Landreneau. General Landrieu recently retired as the most senior adjutant general in the nation, with nearly 14 years of service as head of the Louisiana National Guard, serving under 3 governors and nearly 4 decades of service to the state of Louisiana and our nation. Over many years, I've had the joy and pleasure of calling General Landreneau a friend and a colleague, and worked closely with him and the 11,000 members of our Louisiana National Guard. Through September 11th attacks to our country, Mr. President, through Hurricanes Katrina, Rita, Gustav, and Ike, and the recent BP oil spill, one of the largest environmental disasters in our nation's history, General Landreneau has proven his leadership to the people of Louisiana and our nation time and time again. Benny, as he's known by his friends, credits his father with inspiring him to serve in the National Guard. His father, Joseph Audrey Landreneau, was a World War II veteran, an engineering soldier, and a combat veteran. Benny, who grew up in Vadrine, Louisiana, chose to follow in his father's footsteps and quickly rose through the ranks in the Louisiana National Guard. A young man in 1969, he enlisted as a light weapons infantry in the 773rd Maintenance Battalion. 2.5 years later, he graduated from Officer Candidate School and became a second lieutenant platoon leader as part of the 3671st Maintenance Company. From these very early beginnings in the National Guard, he progressed rapidly through the ranks. During his time with the Guard, General Landreneau was part of several major campaigns, including a deployment during Desert Storm. And during the first Gulf War, General Landreneau and the 527th Engineering Battalion were tasked with any number of important missions, one important one for the Gulf War commander himself, General Franks. General Franks needed an unmanned aerial vehicle landing strip built immediately. So he knew who to call to get that job done, and he called Bennett Landreneau and his battalion. Need I say that it was done, I'm sure, under budget and before time. After the 527th returned to the command headquarters, General Franks called General Landreneau to thank him for what he did, which was extraordinary, and asked the general what could he do as a return favor. And without blinking an eye, General Landreneau just said, "Sir, please get us home, and if you could get us home for Mother's Day, it would be appreciated." So all of these, mostly guys, got home for Mother's Day, some women in the battalion as well, and they were thrilled to be home to be with their parents. In 1996, shortly after the Gulf War, General Landreneau retired from the Department of Agriculture and Natural Resources, where he had served also as a state conservationist for almost 30 years. Since that time, he's taken the National Guard in Louisiana from a strategic reserve force to an operational force that continues to lead the nation both on and off the battlefield, and I want to talk about off the battlefield in just a minute. General Landreneau was quoted as saying, "The Louisiana National Guard soldiers and airmen are part of the finest National Guard in America. It is their dedication and professionalism, their commitment, and their hard work that has made the Louisiana National Guard the finest Guard in America. The Louisiana National Guard has performed in such outstanding matters in accepting new challenges of being an operational force, responding to wars in Afghanistan and Iraq, deploying throughout the world when called on, and at the same time being able to take up the work of their state emergencies, which have been too numerous to count, and being able to respond to the citizens of this state in an outstanding fashion," he said. "This is due in part, I say, to his leadership and vision." General Landreneau has also been instrumental in implementing one of the, I think, most phenomenal programs in our country, Mr. President. The Louisiana National Guard Youth Challenge Program is part of the National Youth Challenge Program. This is what I mean by off the battlefield expertise as well as on the battlefield expertise. Some years ago, I think about 15, General Conway, who was the general for the National Guard, helped to start this program that now has graduated over 100,000 young people between the ages of 16 and 18 who are unfortunately drifting from the straight and narrow path. They haven't ended up in prison yet, but they're headed that way. They've given up on themselves. They've gotten into a little bit of trouble and need a second chance. This program offers them that chance. Under General Landreneau's leadership, we run 3 of the dozens of programs operating in the United States, and I might say we run the best 3, having been granted and acknowledged in award after award ceremony for many years in Louisiana, and graduate the largest number of young people. This is done because of General Landreneau's extraordinary commitment to the citizens of our state and to the young people of our state, and the respect that he has in his rank and file for these men and women to go beyond their regular duties and responsibilities and step up and say, there is an epidemic in America, our dropout rate is too high, what can the National Guard do in addition to everything else that they do both abroad and at home to help? It's really extraordinary. His grandchildren and his children are proud of him, and I know he is very, very proud of them. I'm going to submit their names for the record. But he has assembled over the last 14 years arguably the most tested staff in the nation. He's being succeeded as Adjutant General by General Glenn Curtis, who has served as General Landreneau's right-hand man for the last 6 years. It is a hallmark of his leadership that General Landreneau leaves a staff ready to step up, ready to serve, and ready to continue the excellent service that they have to the people of our state and our nation. Though General Curtis will bring his own brand of leadership to the National Guard, there's no doubt, and he has said to me many times, he's learned at the elbow of General Bennett Landreneau. So let me just say, Mr. President, in conclusion, I would like to personally, on behalf of the people of our state, thank General Bennett Landreneau for his many years of service and dedication to the people of Louisiana and our country. I want him to know that he has positively impacted our state in ways that will long be remembered. The people of Louisiana are grateful for his service and for his dedication, and we honor an admirable career in the National Guard.